Why do we start videos spying on Brother Frederick? I don't know. Brothers in Black present. Day of the Conclave. So today, the Conclave Mass was in the morning. The Cardinals went into the Conclave just a few minutes ago. So the Conclave has begun. They've been meeting and talking about the situation of the church, trying to figure out what the church needs, and they're going to start deciding. So as promised, I'm going to tell you about the last conclave. Well, the way I experienced it. So the way it worked. Went to the Mass. Cardinal Ratzinger gave an amazing homily, the most remembered quote of which was, "The dictatorship of relativism." Everyone's kind of like, whoa. Relativism as a dictatorship. Think about that. We'll talk about that some other time. So it wasn't really a homily that you go into the conclave trying to get elected with. It wasn't like a stump speech to get elected. Anyway, so there I was, studying philosophy and praying for the conclave, enjoying time in Rome. And so it was the Tuesday. So Tuesday, I prayed my rosary mid-afternoon, around 4. And I prayed it up on the rooftop. And there was kind of overcast, not rainy like it is today, and breezy, not a breeze. So I went down, I was talking to some other brothers, and everyone's kind of, what do you think? What do you think? And I said, I think it's going to be today. The Spirit is moving. And they're kind of like, so we all had a good time. So I went and had a cup of coffee, and I was about to sit down at my desk to study some philosophy. And the bell rang. And it rang again, and again, and again. And that means Habemus Papam. So I went running down the hallway to find a pair of pants that were getting sewn up, the cuffs. I had to grab my pants, put on my suit, run out the door, and people were piling into the bus, people were running out of the train station. I got a lift with the receptionist and another brother. He dropped us off at the metro station. We got off the metro station, we're talking to people in the station, who do you think it is? I don't know. And the brother I was with actually mentioned, I don't know, Ratzinger, he seems like a head and shoulders above. I mean, he's got a real, presence and respect. He just commands respect. So anyway, we got off the train station, we're running down the street towards St. Peter's Square. And people are bumping into each other, as nuns are bumping into me, but it was really funny because it was like the family going down to the family reunion down at St. Peter's Square. Except this one guy, remember coming at this, running down the street, and this guy is coming this way, and he had this really dark eyes, dark look, and I passed by him, it's just, whoa. So it's as if two worlds, like the world was all mixed up together, and this event caused a separation. Some went this way, some went that way. I don't know. So we got in, almost got run over by the Carabinieri, the military police parade, and we came up to the side of the colonnade with the columns, and we couldn't really get in. There's only a few entrances around there, so we're like, so we're really smart, so we jumped over the rail inside the colonnade, where there's all the columns, and as soon as we jumped in, we're like, it was the most critical mass situation I've ever been in. We were packed, like sardines, there was no room for, oil or anything like in a sardine can. It was just packed. And it gets a little anticlimactic here because we're there and waiting, and all of a sudden you hear kind of a muffled voice over the microphone, over the speakers, and hear cheers outside. So the thing was, we could hear that there was noise coming from the speakers from outside in the square, but we couldn't make out what it was inside the colonnade. But then this guy next to me pulls out his cell phone and he's like, Ratzinger, Benedetto XVI. At first I was kind of like, oh, well, thanks for the last minute guess, buddy, but I think I'll wait for the official. But they had already said it. So it was him. So it was just amazing. St. Peter's Square was, the Pope gave the beautiful first words. After the great John Paul II, here I am, the cardinals have chosen me, a humble servant in the vineyard of the Lord. beautiful. There's a huge, just almost like a big family reunion party in St. Peter's Square all evening. So happy talking to other brothers and priests and religious and nuns and some of the lay people I knew here. And so that was it. So we're ready for this one. This is getting long. Time to go. Brother Frederick says bye. Everyone else says bye. We will try to be covering this as the days come. God bless you. Love your faith and live your faith.